Alright, today, I kind of forgot that today is the official 30th anniversary of Streets of Rage, so I figured I'd just play this for a bit. I'm not going to do a full run for a number of reasons. The first is that I'm pretty tired. The second is that I've been playing this a lot on the channel on my streams lately. I've done a number of Mania runs with Shiva, so I don't really feel inclined to do a full run with commentary. Maybe if I start using the other moves, or I get significantly better at the game, I'll do that. But for today, I'm just going to play a couple levels and just chill out. I did not grow up with the Streets of Rage games, technically. I was a Nintendo kid. However, I had a lot of friends growing up that had the Genesis, so I did grow up with these games as much as everybody else, but I never actually had the games myself until, I'd say, whenever they put them on Steam. And if you're not aware, the Steam versions of the original trilogy, you can actually put those into any emulator you want. So you're basically legally buying ROMs, which sounds bad, but it is actually pretty cool because there's a lot of mods for 3 and 2 especially, including ones that are kind of like Streets of Rage 2X, like change the mechanics and stuff. So I didn't grow up with these games in the traditional sense. I didn't have any Sega stuff in my house until actually I did. My aunt did have the Game Gear, and then I did get the Dreamcast, but all the old school Sega consoles I didn't really have. So let's just go ahead and run with this. I know everybody's using Spirit Palm and spamming that like crazy, but I have a feeling they're probably going to nerf that, so I'm going to stick with just the basic stuff. It's been very hot here in California. That hasn't been helping. My meds also make me pretty tired too. Old Donovan in his planet-sized hitbox. I don't know how people stand doing score attacks on this. It's so frustrating. You get jabbed once and the whole thing's over. I don't really like the combo system in this game. I've talked about it at length, but I just don't find it to be fun. Because the combo system, the scoring mechanic, requires you to get around the fact that most of the characters can't run. So you have to drag corpses around and lure them up to places and stuff. I mean, there definitely is some strategy and skill to it, but I would like it better if it was just the game just rewarded you for not getting hit. I think that would be a lot better in my opinion. It's frustrating when you play really well and because your character can't run or dash, can't get over to the next wave of enemies fast enough. Or somebody just decides to jab you at the most BS range. But to each their own. I mean, most old school style games like this have pretty frustrating scoring. It's not like it's exclusive to this game. It's just I feel like the decision to make it so that you can't run kind of directly influences how frustrating it is. fight. I think one thing that's really cool about this game, though, that some people might not agree with, is the green health system. I like how it makes even the most basic enemy a threat. You know, in beat 'em ups, you have like a couple like elite enemies, and everybody else is kind of just a jobber. You know, they're like peons in Muso games and stuff. But the green health system, if you're spamming too many defensive specials, you know, somebody can just jab you and pretty much ruin your entire life. In the game, that is. You have to rely on an extend. It's kind of one way to combat how in a lot of beat-em-ups you have like a couple enemies that are a threat and everybody else is just kind of there. The green health system actually does really reinforce having to learn how all the enemies attack and what their ranges are. Sorry, bad fight. See if I can salvage this. Nope. Bad fight. Not cooperating at all, are you? Only when I'm recording. The enemies just decide that they don't want to cooperate. That's okay, though. I'm not doing a full run. If this was a full run, I would have reset already. I'm not playing very well, but this is just kind of celebrating the 30th anniversary of a franchise. I'm not trying to get into the try-hard gameplay right now. I've got another project I'll be doing like this soon. I need to find time. This week is going to be kind of busy. There's a couple things going on that I'm going to be covering. At least attempting to cover. It's all service game stuff. Once I get the service game stuff out of the way, I will be doing 1cc attempts on all of my physical Switch games. Meaning this, Fight and Rage, and the Ninja Warriors once again. Now, the latter is the hardest one, because Ninja Warriors, once again, is a lot harder to 1cc than the other two games I mentioned. So, I need to get some practice in. But that will happen sometime this month. Probably not this week, maybe next week. After all the service game premieres and stuff are out of the way. I was involved in the development of this minorly, and Fight and Rage as well. I think it would be cool. Ninja Warriors I was not involved with, obviously because it's a Japanese game, but that actually is a game I grew up with. A lot of people didn't grow up with that game. It wasn't really a game that was widely appreciated until the emulation age. More people got to play it. I did have that game when I was like 8 or 9. These days it's considered to be one of the best beat-em-ups on Super Nintendo. At the time it didn't really get much recognition. Good fight. Very clean fight. Shiva has a little bit of a harder time with this boss than the other bosses because he's such a juggle-oriented character, and the Commissioner works out. You know, he's kept a healthy but consistent weight. He can't be juggled very consistently. There are weight classes in this game. Shiva can kind of struggle against them. Definitely have to play them a little bit differently than your average fight with him, where you want to just get them into the air and go into one of his loops or infinites. I actually don't use the infinites, I only use the loops. Because the loops probably won't get nerfed. It's a lot harder to nerf a loop than an infinite. Didn't want to dash. Like, ate my input. That was weird. Wow. They're so obnoxious when they have that damn armor when they wake up. I think I'm just gonna stop the run after this. Gameplay is not that great right now. I never feel like playing a full run of this when my gameplay is this poor. But like I said, there's gonna be more festivities for the 30th anniversary. I'm going to be doing those 1cc attempts. There's been a couple updates for Streets of Rage 2X as well, so I want to cover those too. Like I said, this week is kind of stacked. There's a couple things I'll be doing. Hunter Arena Legends is coming back. Raver comes out on New Genesis. There's the alpha update on Punishing Grey Raven. So, I don't think I'll be able to get to it this week, but probably early next week. I'll have to devote some stream time towards practicing for Ninja Warriors. I haven't played that game in a while. That's going to be the hardest game in 1cc. Yeah, let's go ahead and mercy kill this run. My gameplay's not too good today. But yeah, happy 30th anniversary. There's going to be a lot of things I'll be doing for it. I'll probably do a full commentated run of this at some point, but right now my gameplay's not too hot, so we're going to put that off for another time. I just wanted to throw something together for the anniversary. I'll also be doing some Streets of Rage 2X update videos. I haven't updated on that game in a while. Then finally, I'll be doing 1cc attempts on the physical copies of all three of the Holy Trinity of beat-em-ups, which is this, of course, Fight and Rage, and the Ninja Warriors once again. I will have to practice a little bit for the final game, but I should be able to get up runs for the other two games, maybe sometime this week. Like I said, there's lots of service game stuff going on this week in particular, and no real major purchases that I'm going to be doing this month, so I'll try to get that out of the way as soon as I can. Go ahead and comment, how has the Streets of Rage series really affected you? I know a lot of people that weren't Nintendo kids like I am. They played them with friends and stuff. They played them with brothers and sisters and stuff, or even their parents in some cases. I definitely did play them with friends, but like I said, I didn't have these games at home. It was always like emulation, and then buying the games on ports and stuff is how I really played these. I grew up with them as much as everybody else did. It's just kind of in an unconventional way. A lot of my friends were Sega kids, or some of them were pretty well off. They had both consoles. But I was a Nintendo kid pretty much up until Dreamcast. Dreamcast was my first like non-Nintendo console. I did have a Game Gear for my aunt, but that didn't last very long, and then I moved away. The N64 really killed a lot of my Nintendo fanboyism, because I just didn't have that many games to play compared to other stuff, but Streets of Rage was always something I really enjoyed, and the games overall are much better than the Final Fight trilogy in terms of quality and gameplay evolution and stuff. But that's a topic for another time. I'll see you guys later. Happy anniversary.